decorative, decorative, decorative.
This word refers to something that adds beauty or charm, making it visually appealing. It's often used to describe things that are pleasing to look at, but don't necessarily serve a practical purpose. Here is a sample sentence. The decorative vases on the mantel were filled with fresh flowers, adding a touch of elegance to the living room.
Decrease, decrease, decrease.
It means something becomes smaller or less than what it was before. Here is a sample sentence. The company's profits decreased by 10% last quarter due to increased competition in the market.
Decree, decree, decree.
It's an official order or statement that is made by someone with authority, usually to make something happen or change something. Here is a sample sentence. The judge issued a decree that the company must pay its employees back wages within 30 days. In this example, decree refers to an official order or edict, often made by a government or judicial authority.
Dedicate, dedicate, dedicate.
To give something or someone your full attention, effort, and care, usually for a special purpose or person. Here's a sample sentence. She dedicated her entire career to helping underprivileged children and was widely respected for her tireless efforts. In this example, dedicated means to give one's time, energy, or resources to a particular cause or activity.
Deduce, deduce, deduce.
This means to figure out or understand something by using clues or information you already know. Here is a sample sentence. After analyzing the clues, detectives were able to deduce that the thief had been hiding in the attic all along. In this example, deduce means to arrive at a conclusion or make an educated guess based on evidence and reasoning.
Deduct, deduct, deduct.
To take something away from an amount, usually for a reason like paying taxes or insurance. Here's a sample sentence. The accountant was able to deduct the cost of the new software from the company's taxable income.
Deed, deed, deed.
It's an action or something that is done, often with some effort or intention behind it. Here is a sample sentence. The judge praised the young volunteer's good deed by awarding her a community service medal. In this sentence, good deed refers to an act of kindness or charity that was done with good intentions.
Deem, deem, deem.
This word means to think or consider something to be true, even if it's not actually true. It's like saying, in my opinion, or I believe. Here is a sample sentence. The judge deemed the defendant guilty based on the evidence presented in court. In this example, deemed means to consider or decide something to be true or valid.
Default, default, default.
It's something that happens when you don't make a choice or take an action, so something else is used instead. Here is a sample sentence. The bank's default policy requires customers to pay their credit card balances in full each month to avoid interest charges. In this example, default refers to the failure to meet a payment obligation or requirement.
Defeat, defeat, defeat.
It means to lose or be unsuccessful in something you were trying to do. Here is a sample sentence. The team's losing streak continued, and they suffered a crushing defeat in the championship game. This sentence demonstrates how the word defeat can be used to describe a loss or a failure, often with connotations of being overcome or beaten by a stronger opponent.
Defect, defect, defect.
It's something that is wrong or not as expected, often because of a mistake or flaw. Here is a sample sentence. The new smartphone had a defect in its touchscreen, causing it to malfunction after only a few days of use. This sentence illustrates how the word defect can be used to describe a flaw or imperfection in an object or system.
Defective, defective, defective.
Something that doesn't work or function properly, often because of a flaw or mistake. Here is a sample sentence. The new smartphone was defective and had to be returned to the store because it wouldn't turn on.
defense, defense, defense,
It's the act of protecting something or someone from harm, danger, or attack. Here is a sample sentence. The country's military was prepared to defend its borders against any potential threats. In this example, defend is used as a verb, but I assume you meant to ask about the noun form defense. Here's another sample sentence for that. The government has invested heavily in the country's defense systems over the past few years.
defend, defend, defend,
To protect or stand up for something or someone from harm or attack. Here is a sample sentence. The lawyer was prepared to defend her client in court, presenting evidence and arguments to prove their innocence. In this example, defend means to protect or support someone, in this case, the client, from criticism or attack.
differ, differ, differ,
To put something off or delay doing it for now. Here is a sample sentence. The project manager decided to defer the launch date until further testing was completed. In this example, defer means to put something off or delay it, often because more information or preparation is needed.
defiance, defiance, defiance,
It's the act of showing you won't do something or obey someone, often because you strongly disagree with them. Here is a sample sentence. The protesters stood firm in defiance of the government's orders to disperse, refusing to back down even as police approached with riot gear. This sentence illustrates the word defiance by showing a group of people actively resisting or opposing something, in this case, the government's orders, often in a bold or courageous manner.
deficiency, deficiency, deficiency,
It's when something is missing or not enough. Here is a sample sentence. The doctor told me that I have a vitamin D deficiency, which is why I've been feeling so tired lately. This sentence illustrates how the word deficiency can be used to describe a lack or insufficiency of something, in this case, vitamin D.
deficient, deficient, deficient,
This word means lacking or not having enough of something that is needed. Here's a sample sentence. The school's budget was found to be deficient, leading to cuts in several programs. In this example, deficient means lacking or insufficient.
deficit, deficit, deficit,
It's when something is less than what you need or have, often resulting from spending more money than you have. Here is a sample sentence. The country's budget deficit was estimated to be over $100 billion, prompting concerns about its economic stability.
define, define, define,
This word means to say exactly what something is, so everyone knows what you're talking about. Here's a sample sentence. The dictionary definition of the word define is to explain or describe something clearly and precisely.